ran the whole tour in China. I came out. They gave me like $50,000 in cash. Like I walked back on the plane with cash.
Did you have to check
I didn't
that?
know,
Like, what did
bro,
they?
I'm
You had to
declare when you come in.
declare your.
I ain't declaring shit.
It's cash, bro. What's up? This is Outta Pocket, the hoop show for real hoop fans. I'm the Jethro Jenkins.
Josiah Johnson.
I'm Zach Schwartz, KD.
I'm working on my announcer shit, dog.
man.
They cut it out the last episode. Keep the shit in this one. I'm
Big
working on my
bags come
announcer
with
shit.
that, so I respect it, G.
I'm Josiah Johnson.
That's that Casey Kasem voice.
KD slipped right before the game, and it was not like it didn't look like a wet spot slip. It looked like
Old people
things
happening.
Help, I've fallen. Where's my life alert slip?
Oh, don't say that. Oh, my God.
Zach, it's the low tops. They need to start rocking the Akeem Olajuwon E-tonics
Or
from the 85, 87 era.
No,
Rock the E-tonics with the ankle support.
We gonna leave the tonics where they are, bro.
The ankle support.
It supports your ankle, then it fucks up your knee because they're 800 pounds, bro.
Whatever.
You know what I mean? Like,
Those look like the boots you wear after you sprain your ankle.
right. That's what he walked out in. You know what I'm saying? After the game, though. Ain't no way.
If it's good enough for the great continent of Africa, it's good enough for us.
Ankle sprains are fucking terrible.
I just, to me, what's wild to see, and they're going to reevaluate him in 2 to 3 weeks.
Yep.
So hopefully, he gets to,
And he's
get some
ready
more
to go
run
for
with
the
the team before the playoffs and all that, whatever. But, bro, like him, Bron, KD, the gods have missed a lot of time this year.
You mean Steph?
I mean, I'm sorry, him, KD, yeah, Steph, sorry, him, yeah.
I like 2 KDs.
No, him, KD, can we get one? No,
no.
We're saying, watching, can we get some? Like,
KD, Steph, LeBron have missed a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's wild to see in real time as the league changes and like how their bodies are beginning to break down. Like in the layup line, just ankle just touching, the court like that
would be like a way I would injure myself. And that's just frightening. It's like I'm not an athletic individual anymore, nor was I really ever. You know what I mean? That's a way I would get hurt.
that's why I stopped jogging, ladies and gentlemen.
you on the bike though.
Hit the bike though. You
Yeah.
can't fuck shit up on the bike. I'm gonna be real, but
on the Stairmaster.
Swimming,
Nah,
biking.
See, the Stairmaster's behind the bike, and I always worry the people behind be looking at my cheeks as I'm riding. So,
They definitely are.
but I be looking at
As
them
a
like, yo, I
Stairmaster
can't fuck with these stairs like that, dog. That's a lot of flights to not go nowhere.
I always look like when I'm like, oh, how old is the guy really? Like you go look at his draft class and you see how many guys from that class are still in the league. And it's like
Bron's the
KD's
only
class,
one
one from his.
Yeah.
Then the next, KD, his class, it's like him and like 2 other guys. And then you go back a class and it's like 2 guys there, and then back a class and it's 2 guys. And it's like, oof, we're gonna, appreciate it. Appreciate those guys.
For sure.
I feel sad for people that still hate on him or CP or any of those guys because it won't be for much longer.
As a former
hater?
No. As a guy who was responsible for cleaning up the court.
Let me tell you.
You know what I mean?
Let me tell you.
You had to clean up the court?
Oh, for sure. I swipe sweat. No, during games, I'd have to fucking run
They
out.
had you on the ball boy duty?
Not for ASU. Sorry. Not during games. It's scrimmages. Like we'd have, if a guy hit the deck, I'd have to run out there. And it was always like, Ruslan Petit. I could tell you the players that were like the mustiest, and I'd have to like deal with them.
Did you just name one of the players?
Damn,
Ruslan Petit. He's a good guy. He won't be
He's
mad.
minding his business, and you talking about he's musty.
He's not musty. It was the dudes that sweated a ton. It was always like, if he hit the
perspirers.
floor, it's like, bring all the towels. We're going to be at this for a minute cleaning up the spot. But watching him fall down, watching KD fall down, I had some anxiety because there was a manager that a player of ours stepped on his foot, fucked up the whole team's year. And I know that kid, like, it still weighs on him. And so, like, when people
that happened to
get
us
hurt,
too. UCLA, the legend Cedric Bozeman, we were doing, and it's like right before our first like preseason game.
yeah.
We were doing like dummy offense. Then Ben Howland, man, I respect, but he was like, I get out there and play defense. We're all kind of like, for fucking what, dog? Stepped on somebody's foot, tore shit, but he ended up coming back next year, leading UCLA to victory over Gonzaga.
Nice. Very nice.
Adam Morrison.
It was Derek Glasser, and he was like coming off the year with James Harden. They went to the tournament. They were projected to be top 3, top 4 in the pack again. And I stepped on a manager's foot underneath the hoop, and like his ankle never came back. And like ankle injuries just suck in general. I mean, anyone that's hoop knows it. Like that shit is terrible. You can't just. is a pro. You can't just like tie it tighter and just keep playing.
No,
like,
he's not
you
like
gotta
that.
go.
The thing is, KD did
LeBron
that.
can't even do that anymore.
No.
KD did that, then he worked out a little bit more after that. So I wonder how long it took to actually really, where he was like, fuck this, like, see you on 3.
What do you think people are saying, though, if this goes south for the Suns team? You know what I mean? Like, they make the move to get KD, and they're like, damn, they're loaded for a playoff run. And if he's hurt, he's then a year older. CP's for sure a year older. Like
Mikal Bridges is looking like a god with the Nets right now, looking like a number 1 option.
Like
crazy.
Sean pointed out where he was like, it's like Harden when he got to the Rockets. Like you let that guy cook, and all of a sudden you're like, oh fuck, like
This is
he's
what
a
we
dog.
had? Right,
yeah,
right.
What do you think people are saying about this Sun? Like what is the slander? Give me the pre-slander on if things go south for the Suns.
I don't think they go south. I mean, if they go south, Kyrie, come to Phoenix.
Yeah,
We got Sage for you.
yeah.
Got the reservations not too far off the cut. Like,
They
you go
would
ahead
be
and
very
fucking
okay
get you some
with
shamans
everything
and all that good
he
shit.
thinks. Yeah.
No, I mean, look, like at the end of the day, anybody who's doing that's an asshole. You never want to really promote injury or whatever. It's a fluke, freak incident, and it seems like everybody's been supportive of KD. But we saw the same thing with Jonathan Kuminga day after.
Right.
I really want to know what's going on. It's them low tops. I'm telling you, y'all got to get on them E-tonics. I know they're not beautiful for the eyes.
It's a script, bro. It was all scripted.
I fucked my ankles up in LeBron's. Like I had high tops and still cooked my ankle.
Bro,
up.
You can't say that on the show.
No, I mean, we
Just
keep
say
it
a
respect,
famous
bro.
athlete's shoes.
Only person that should be wearing LeBron's is LeBron. Maybe Zion, dog.
Oh, for sure.
You
My
know what
ankles
I mean?
are too weak.
You got to have the appropriate leg.
You couldn't fill out the ankle space, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Just it was
None of that
not
though.
good.
I hate to see it though. I hate to see
do
it. I
too.
wanted to see them. I mean, when the games they played has been incredible to watch. You know what I'm saying? Just like a
Pretty
great
basketball.
team.
Pretty
basketball. And we haven't dude, I mean, him and Kyrie is like, obviously Kyrie's fun as hell, but like just in pure scoring.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like bucket after bucket
watching
after
him and Booker
bucket.
together. You're like, oh fuck, like,
Taking
this is a really
turns,
fun-
dog.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I hated this happen, but I don't, bro. It's gonna be. I think KD fits in most offenses. It's really easy for him to fit in offenses,
Yeah.
but I don't see him coming in, after missing so many games, being, and not getting the reps and then them being effective how they need to be to win a championship. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot to ask.
Yeah.
So,
It's a good point.
We'll see.
This is one I was most excited to talk to you guys about was Dillon Brooks versus Draymond. Now,
Jesus.
I liked Dillon Brooks when he was at Oregon. I did. And every year he's just more of a dickhead. And I applaud him because there's like room to make money doing that. But calling out Draymond, who is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, Draymond listed all of his accolades while dunking on Dillon Brooks.
That was just a dunk. That was a nut drag. That was
like
a 2.5 minute dragging his nuts slowly across his soul.
Like the Shaq dunk where you're like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and then he didn't have
the dick in
and
the
then
push.
Here's a little nut. Here's a little push. You ain't fucking with me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad they ran the whole 2.5 minute clip.
Bro,
That's
yeah.
all I'm
Me too.
saying. Because if they would have condensed that, I don't think it would have had the same effect.
Shout out to Jackson.
Yeah.
Legend Jackson,
Great decision maker.
incredible painter. But just on behalf, I know the paintings are fine. I told him to pay me a LeBron.
They
He
have
still
a
ain't
good
did the
style.
shit.
He has a solid style.
I told him to pay me a LeBron. I think he thought I was joking. I still ain't got my shit, Jackson. So I'm gonna pull up on
man.
you when I see you.
Come on,
it's
G.
Gatorade time because NBA Paint came through. Where are you at, homie? But I digress. On behalf of the light skinned community, we're down bad now. Dillon Brooks really put us in a situation we didn't deserve. He's Canadian though, so it's still in flux whether we really want to embrace him. We might have to get his ass deported. Send it back to the other land for that shit. It's just like, why are you going to talk shit about Draymond Green? You know he's a grade A shit talker. He's used to this stuff.
He's better at talking shit than playing basketball.
Hall of Famer.
And he's a fucking Hall of Fame basketball player.
Great,
why are you coming at this motherfucker? You saw what he did to Paul Pierce?
Still hurt.
Another Hall of Famer.
What was
Pierce,
the
LA
Pierce
legend.
They don't love you like
They
that.
don't love you like that? You thought you was going to have your Kobe tour? They don't love you like that?
And the man was on the Clippers when it happened.
On the bench.
The look on Paul
In game
Pierce's
from
face.
the free throw line while Paul Pierce is on the end of the bench. They don't love you like that?
with the S curl.
With the S curl.
Paul Pierce did this.
Oh,
Pierce had this
man.
look on his face, just like,
Bro, he said I've heard him talk about the situation, not Paul Pierce, but Draymond said that Paul didn't say a motherfucking thing after that.
How can
and he
you?
shouldn't have. Where was there to go after that?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, I just wish LeBron would have dunked on Draymond in 2016. It might have forever altered his trajectory.
I don't know, bro.
I think he's
the
jammed
type
on him and stood over him.
Oh, my God.
He ain't the
If
type
that-
of, but I mean, dude, he's a defensive player of the year. The way he plays basketball, nothing affects him.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what makes him great. Like, he's fine to get dunked on. He's fine to get crossed. He
Yeah.
give a fuck. You know what I'm
Type
saying?
of human beings I hate because you could beat them, but they'll just keep talking.
Keep talking
and
shit,
eventually
bro.
get back
Keep talking
at you.
shit.
It's a tough spot too, because this Grizzlies team is like taking on water right now, right? You're obviously going to be without Ja for we don't know how long. You've got injuries, and now you're kind of like just slowly falling down the West. And it's like, now is not the time to kick off, whatever this is with Draymond.
And then Dillon Brooks, what you're good at is defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you have a Hall of Fame, a guy that's going to the Hall of Fame off of being a defender. You are embarrassing offensively. You should see how this man got to where he is using his defensive ability. You know what I'm saying? And maybe, befriend that guy. You know what I mean? Rather than just being annoying, talking shit to a player you have no business talking to. You know what I mean?
New wave light skinned dudes.
Watching,
They different.
He not with us.
The 2.0 version.
He not with us. What you doing? Leave that man alone. God damn. You about to incite the Warriors.
Man,
we're
recall
just getting
these
ready. I've been lurking in the shadows, ready to pack them up, saving tweets from Dweeb Boy. You already know. Dweeb Boy hit me with that apologize tweet. I've been ready to pack him up. Almost 12 months now. And you about to fuck it up because if they win again, they're going to be. If we thought they were insufferable last summer,
Ain't
what
no
do you think is
chance,
going to
bro.
happen now?
if they get into the playoffs and make a run,
This ain't the same team
They
from last
won't.
year.
I know,
This
but
not,
fuck.
this not even. This isn't. No.
they're paying Jordan.
I'm not
Poole too
worried,
much.
guys.
I know,
But
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 shit.
just in case, let's not play with it. You know.
they're
don't
lurking.
play with fire.
You know
right?
they're lingering.
Yeah.
I gotta fucking listen to them talk shit again for a whole summer. Get packed up by Pilo, an artist that I love and respect.
Bro, this man
Pilo's a legend.
never.
I like Pilo packed me up. I had to take it.
Dillon Brooks in that Lakers game, I remember there were like a bunch of plays where they were just leaving him open.
Yeah, and he was
Corner three.
What was
corner
he
three,
doing?
Bang! Bang! I mean, it's just brick.
Bang,
brick. Oh, it's delicious.
No Bron, no D-Lo,
Yeah.
no Ja.
The Lakers got
You guys, Grizzlies had the way bigger advantage.
100%.
What did they hold? Fucking L.
Big time, bro. And
Hell.
the Lakers are looking.
We coming.
We don't have to get to that.
We coming.
We had some
'Cause they could-
good. Yeah, let's
There's some
yeah.
games
We don't
before
want
this
to.
comes
I don't want
out.
to change up.
No.
No, man.
We're still without LeBron James.
Yeah.
All right,
We
let's-
can't forget. We can't forget. But I appreciate what we've been seeing.
Hold up. Time out.
Good. No,
Y'all
don't.
been on the fence all year. Y'all better get down with the fucking train now. I told
You was on the
y'all.
fence too.
Kinda. I was kind of on the fence, but I knew deep down.
He knew deep down.
Adam Silver
You saw it
wasn't
coming.
Adam Silver wasn't gonna let it go down like that. Y'all know who runs this league.
Yeah,
The
true.
script was going to turn. You know what I mean? You
He
knew
said,
it was
John,
gonna
take this
turn.
deuce. Bring it to the club, chief.
Golly, bro. Have we talked about that?
Hey, shout out Ja Morant.
Have we talked about the deuce at all?
Well, we talked about him beating up the kid and then finish line.
So we hadn't got
the
to
finish line will never give us $1.
Bro, so we have to talk about this man pulling the motherfucking burner out
Noisy
on
cricket.
live, cheesing too.
He was
Look
at
at me, guys.
He was at Shotgun Willie's.
bro.
He was at a spot called Shotgun Willie's. I'm gonna be
Oh,
real.
really?
I'm not fucking with a Shotgun Willie.
In Colorado. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I just honestly to keep it a stack, bro. This shit worried me.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you playing with straps in the strip club, they
Yeah.
are real
But what if you're
motherfucking.
inebriated?
What if you're inebriated, bro? You are slipping, so your ass really shouldn't be fucking
How did he
with
get on live that inebriated? Motherfucker got on live like,
Bro, you're too famous. Like people will the moment you're too famous. The moment you start the IG live, someone's recording it. Like, how do you not?
Every time there's
Not to like say that what he did was okay, but like
but who are these niggas recording these IG lives?
Bro,
And how are they technically savvy?
every
You know-
12-year-old.
But how long are you holding the IG live record for? You like, all right, he didn't really say shit I care about.
I mean, shit.
True.
After you
there's
do,
patience.
That's what I'm saying.
they inside. They ain't go outside no
It's
more,
like
dog.
5 in the morning. What y'all niggas doing? Read a book.
Read a book at 5 in the morning. I wasn't doing that either. They're gonna fuck.
You sleep with
Shit,
That's
read
like-
a book at 5 in the morning.
Wait, what's that?
Damn,
That's
bro.
like 6 or 7 East Coast, like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
on the web. What are we doing,
You know what I'm
y'all?
saying?
But some kid, he's got Twitch up.
I ain't even gonna lie, I'd be up
games.
late too, just eating fucking peanut butter.
Yeah,
And shit.
like fuck it.
The life of a washed Negro.
Everything was like all the shit before this was like You know, like I didn't really buy into like the whole he's trying to be something he isn't.
Yeah.
Now I feel like they should ban NBA YoungBoy from the premises. They shouldn't be allowed to play that shit. Do not let a rapper within 80 feet of the motherfucking arena, dog.
In your Republican era, like it's the music that's harming the kids.
Like, whatever we can do to save Ja Morant. Dude, I have a Ja Morant jersey.
Oh, you do?
When the last time a motherfucker bought a jersey?
True.
In my big age, I bought. I
Fan.
love Ja. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, you bought a grown man.
I
respect it.
I got a Kobe jersey. Kobe and Ja Morant.
Kobe's different.
And then I got a hockey jersey too. You know what I'm saying?
Hockey's fine. I got a bunch of lacrosse jerseys.
The hockey one's awesome.
Yeah, thank
But
you.
I can't support a Negro in the sport that I cover. Just you know, what I mean, at this point,
Hey, if Ja came on the show, I would have wear the fucking jersey.
I would scream like,
you know what I'm saying? No, I mean, I'm a big fan of man. It's just now I am actually worried. Seeing him, you playing with like, bro, who frequents strip clubs? You know what I'm saying? A certain time, you know, there's a lot of regular motherfuckers. There's some me's in there. But there's a lot of not me's in there that's on some other shit. And you looking like a lick out here, slipping, drunk as fuck, playing with burners.
We got to go hypothetical and put our minds
chesticles out.
Of a young black rich man. $200 million, you play in the league. You're out in Colorado, there's not much to do.
I mean, but bro,
you can literally sponsor a young lady, help her get through life.
He's pulling up on people in the mall in Memphis.
But that was the thing that really bothered me the most. You have your mom shopping at Finish Line.
Bro, like I said, mall shopping.
Go watch that clip because that was on the show. I was dying laughing.
But I'm just like Demetrius,
analysis of that.
Demetrius, you have your mom shopping at Finish Line. Come, Champs, Foot Locker, hit the Mrs. Fields. Great cookies.
Shout out. But yeah, man, it's just I am truly worried about the dude. You know what I'm saying? So I hope he figures this shit out. Because he's a God-tier talent. Bro, you just signed a Nike. You took Kyrie's Nike deal. You know what I'm saying? Forever money. And one thing I think about, too, is that most of these young guys are superstars and, you know, well-known, famous, have already got a bag prior to even going in the league. Ja was, not Ja, but Zion was like, bro, you know, like he was like these guys are huge, have hella followers and all that. Ja came under the radar.
True.
So he hasn't had like the
Murray State,
Murray State didn't know who the fuck he was in high school. You know what I'm saying? And so he hasn't had that spotlight where people are kind of like molding him, getting him ready for it.
But that's why he was going to go even hammer.
And so that's the thing, So that's why I think he's going ham because he hasn't had people molding him to be the superstar he is currently.
You need that grade A hangout guy, right?
Yeah.
Stash the weapon. Take the charge.
It was mine. Yeah,
unless you're on in 4K holding the gun up yourself.
You didn't get the Chris Carter talk.
Ja, hold it. Yeah, nah, don't lift it up, my nigga. Like,
bro, let me do the dumb
Carter
shit.
Went to the rookie symposium or whatever and was like, you need to have a fall guy. You need to have told these rookies, and it was like on camera, so he got fired. But I think the worst part was
he was honest on camera. Damn,
all he does is catch touchdowns.
I just think like if you're the agents. At some point, you just got to be like, hey, I know there's like stuff with guns that's been going on. Don't bring it on the team plane. I know like maybe you don't feel safe. You got to trust the NBA security. The team security's got your back. Don't bring a gun on the team plane.
Do we feel like that conversation's happening again? Put yourself in the mind of a 23-year-old. You have an older Caucasian man, I'm assuming. Right. I don't know who his agent is. But hey, you can't be doing that.
True.
Like,
True.
Shut your bitch ass
up. But then you look at the Grizzlies team, like this is why you need like an old head vet that's like kind of like, hey, don't.
They had one, but Iguodala, and Iguodala didn't want to fuck with him. Too much NBA young boy. He said, "Take me back to the Bay, nigga."
I want to talk. I want to talk.
They play R&B during the motherfucker.
I want to talk investments with Steph, not young boy with
this nigga. Iggy's landed in Memphis like, hey,
please,
y'all niggas, please.
Did he even step
like skunk in the locker room? Get me out of here.
Right. I ain't playing with these young boys.
Motherfuckers got slits in their eyebrows. I'm out of here. I can't fuck with y'all. What are we doing?
Send me back with the olds.
I don't expect Steven Adams to be able to be like, hey.
Will we see him again the rest of this year?
I was going to do a New Zealand accent, but I'm not.
I low-key saved you, my bad.
You did say I'm not today. No.
Kiwi.
No.
I think Ja comes back because Adam Silver's like, motherfucker, we need to raise his revenue. We need that Grizzlies Warriors playoff series, Chief, and it ain't the same without you. So I think he got 4 more games off. He'll get his mind right. Hopefully doing whatever he's doing.
So who gave him the 4?
That's just what the Grizzlies.
Sort of the Grizzlies were like, we're going to suspend him for that amount. Okay. And I'm sure it'll sort of be like time served of whatever the league gives him.
So we don't know what the league.
I don't think the league is,
and we don't know what's going on with law enforcement because I know they've been involved.
The law enforcement
police said we can't do shit. Perfect. We don't know where the gun came from, and that's the thing I'm most proud of because if he would have brought it on a team plan or team property, that's a quick 50.
I was wondering, like, yo, like, is this a federal offense if it was been proven?
Or
Like,
if you're flying
you're flying
in
with a
states,
plane? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not,
trafficking a gun. But I don't know. I mean, they can't prove that. And
if the feds
Don't
come to get
say
you,
shit.
Guaranteed to sit down, dog. So I'm glad that's not involved.
I do think the NBA probably would have given this suspension quicker if the Grizzlies were like, nah, fuck it, we're going to play him. But they have him suspended, so now the league is taking their time. And I'm sure the league will look favorably on it. So hopefully he's back quick.
The noisy cricket.
We want.
Noisy cricket was an all-time line.
I just want to thank the internet because in times like this, there's always somebody who just will say, Dragonfly usually is the one who can articulate things in a way that, like, damn, I was thinking that same shit, but I really couldn't put words on it.
Right.
But for them to be like, motherfucker pulled out the noisy cricket, like, damn, dog. And it was like, yep, spot on.
We're being very serious about it. And I was like, I just need more memes.
I hope this is the last mistake.
I do too.
You know what I mean? And we see Ja playing for
another
another 10 years, without the law.
I hope the last mistake he makes is cooking Steph and sending him into retirement.
Okay.
And that's no mistake at all. That's no mistake at all.
I love Steph.
I do too.
I love Steph. I don't want to see nothing.
Bro, none of us hate Steph. We just don't like Steph fans. That was never the issue.
I don't even hate Steph fans enough not to.
They're getting older now.
Last year, actually.
They're getting hair on their face.
Yeah.
They're getting permits.
All right, so let's talk about LeBron and Bronny. You know what I mean? LeBron had the biggest AAU dad. Very relatable content. Seeing his son play, saying, it's not. What was his exact words?
Bron was watching League Pass.
Watching League
and
Pass.
And was like, I've been watching Sierra Canyon for the last few days, and Bronny is frankly better than most of a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
Shit. So here's the thing. LeBron Raymond James Sr., my GOAT.
Yeah.
After that tweet, LeBron and Sierra Canyon proceeded to get smacked.
And he had a 10-point
by Notre Dame for the 4th time this season.
Ooh. And the Burger Boy on the other end had 28. It was ugly,
Caleb
bro.
Foster McDonald, I thought he didn't make it.
No, he had 28.
But I'm saying
the Burger Boy. I think it's a Burger Boy. I think it's a Burger Boy.
Okay, is he?
Burger Boy, no. McDonald's.
Yeah, call him a Burger Boy.
McDonald's All-American.
I thought it was because McDonald's.
Come on, Zach.
I thought you were saying because his last name is McDonald's.
It's a cool thing the kids are saying. Burger Boy.
Okay.
God damn.
But I believe in Bronny.
I was clowning him?
No, because
I'm not clowning a high schooler, bro.
Tell the truth.
That's a kid. No, he's a
You be at them Sierra games
You know what a Burger Boy is?
That's the white dude that goes to Gonzaga.
Yeah.
But his last name is McDonald.
It's a McDonald's All-American.
But his last name
is Ja. Goddamn. Josiah. You know what a Burger Boy is, right? You know, am I tweaking? It's McDonald's All-American.
As the third blackest person associated with this show, I know what a Burger Boy is.
Thank you. Y'all tweaking. God damn. This motherfucker.
What's his last name?
Huh? You said what?
What's the kid's name?
Caleb Foster.
Caleb Foster, yeah.
Okay. It's just Caleb Foster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all niggas,
Right.
hey, Zach, what you be smoking, dog? Let me
I
hit it.
thought it was Caleb
You a little
Foster
early for
himself.
Coachella, doggy.
No, I mean, half
Can we
the
look
room
him
didn't
up?
know.
Can we look it up?
You did?
A Burger Boy.
Because
So
he's
you knew what I
McDonald's
was saying,
All-American?
Chuck? Okay, cool.
Zach,
Damn.
look, in the
But
context.
wasn't Bronny also?
But here's
Yes,
the thing.
I'm saying the
In
other
context of
Burger Boy. The other Burger Boy.
In the context of the convo.
I heard you say Caleb Foster McDonald. And I was like, there's a kid named Caleb Foster McDonald.
I said the
kids
Burger
are calling Burger Boy because his
Burger-
last name is McDonald. That's how I heard it.
That's no-key fire, though.
That's what I was like, damn, that's a great
That's kinda
nickname.
funny. No,
So I'm sorry.
no.
I never heard someone called Burger Boy.
NBA Burger
as a
Boy.
all McDonald's All-American.
Yeah.
Anyway, there are publications saying that Bronny is a top 10 pick.
Yes.
And the bag has
ESPN
been
is
dropped
saying-
in those two. And I'm
Where's
not
our
here to-
bag?
I'm not here to.
Why isn't Clutch paying us?
I think Bronny's a great basketball player. We don't have to lie, bro.
I can't wait for Joe's mock draft where it's just Bronny number 1 overall.
Bronny.
Gentlemen, I'm going to warn both of you.
In Clutch Bucks are just
I'm
pouring
going
out
to warn
his
both
mouth.
of you. Choose your next words wisely.
Yeah. No,
Y'all seen They Live? Y'all got to put the glasses on. It just clutch all on my shit. Clutch ain't even sent me a sweatsuit. Rich Paul was cracking, dog. I've been loyal. I've been working hard for y'all.
I honestly,
You seen the memes, Rich. Give me the nice little sweatsuit.
I looked all over my house for a duffel bag that I could figure out how to put like a Clutch logo on the side of so that I could bring it here and be like, we're now Bronny top 10 people. Couldn't find one.
Yeah,
We need to make a video. We just pull up on the Clutch offices trying to get a bag out of Rich Paul.
I got a
Please.
question. How many NBA players, current NBA players, is LeBron James Jr. better than at this moment?
We did a commentary video that's coming where it was like asking fans this question, and the best ones were Scottie Pippen Jr. Chuck offered that one.
Y'all
And
are some haters. Y'all
Max
some-
Christie were 2. I was like, that's kind of interesting.
Wait, Bronny's better than Max Christie right now?
Those are
Chuck,
some of the ones.
how
we
many
got.
NBA players is Bronny better than right now?
Yeah, no.
Bro, and the thing
I
is,
agree.
though, I don't need a fucking 18-year-old to be better than NBA players.
Let me.
You know what I'm saying?
I know
He's-
somebody he's not better than 7'3" stallion out of the South Sudan.
Are we going to end on that? Is
Bo,
that
Bo.
the-
Yeah,
Y'all gotta stop ending on my Bo shit. I'm just using that as filler. It's not an end point. It's just Bo praise.
Oh, man.
No, I mean, but he doesn't need to be. But the question is, did Bron leave his phone out? And did Bronny listen? Because if I'm LeBron James,
The thing
son,
is-
I'm fucking tweeting all kind of fire shit from my dad's Twitter.
everyone was like, he's just at the bottom of the wine bottle and like just really enjoying.
Yeah, it's my account is yours. You know,
LeBron
it
passed
tosses
out.
tosses it to Bryce, and Bryce got that off,
Yeah.
dog.
Bronny put the little thumbprint on it, hit it real quick.
He gonna fuck around and put a target on his son's back, dog.
That target has been there.
As LeBron James Jr., it's there, but it's going to be bigger if your fucking dad's out here saying you're
Yo-
better than NBA players. Like, you know what I'm saying? That adds up. Come on, G.
He'll go to college next year, correct?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
he'll-
for sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, see.
People, I mean, people will just line him every game. Someone's gonna try and dunk on him.
Bro, if
That's
you're-
been going on, though, for his entire high school career.
I mean,
but that's
In high school gyms with fucking privileged kids in the private school scene.
But there are
Talking
not as many
reckless.
kids
But
with balance
I'm-
as like
exactly.
you go,
that
you go
level
up to
of
play.
play is so much better in college.
Well, he's a
And you're
guard.
in that
Keep
season.
your ass out
There's
the
gonna be
paint.
some random guard from Oregon that's just gonna be like, I'm gonna get
That's
mine
going
tonight.
to. And you can, if you, hey, it's not safe anywhere on a basketball court. Whether you're outside the paint, you're on
We
the
played-
you're in the perimeter. These guards will snatch your ass clean off your motherfucking feet. It is not safe, dog.
We played-
You know what I'm saying? If you got a bullseye on you, and they can go viral by cooking your ass, making you
Yes.
touch ground. They are attacking your ass.
That's why you
dog.
don't go to rebound
Yeah.
unless it's offensive.
You telling a man not to play basketball no more.
Keep
Don't
your
go
ass-
to the lane.
3-point
Don't
line,
rebound.
extended.
Run
Yeah.
3-point line to 3-point line. You turn this man into a 50-year-old basketball player.
Hey, big
No.
man, your ass about to get dunked
you
on. That's your
about to
job.
wreck-
We
ball
played
player.
when I was at ASU. We had a game against this kid named Mamadou Njai. I don't know if either of you remember him. Nicest kid in the world.
Yeah.
7'8", 7'6". Everyone was in layup lines, wiping the bottom of their shoes, like, I'm gonna get him. All game, everyone tried to punch on him, and that was what he had to deal with every week because he was 7'6". Now, Bronny's not 7'6", and people are going to try and line him up at every college gym.
You
So
think they try to dunk on him because of racial bias, Zach? What percentage was it? 80% of Caucasian players? I can't even keep a straight face. Sorry.
Oh my god.
I can't keep a straight face.
dog.
I'm sorry.
Points were made.
But Bronny's had that pressure on him. The man
True.
took a hit of the Bleezy, and it was literally like front page news. You can't hit the blunt in peace. That's when I knew I rock with Bronny.
yeah,
Bron probably gonna be mad, but that's when I knew. Oh, this is a real nigga. No matter how much money you got, hitting the roach, not even a full
I'm
blunt.
dying to know what, like, did he get grounded? What
Was it
the
fire?
conversation?
Oh my god.
Was
I
it fire
forgot
or
that
was it-
happened,
I did
bro.
too.
But was it fire or was it some streets?
That no, I mean, do you see that cherry? That cherry was beautiful.
So what-
Oh yeah,
the cherry on that motherfucker, bro. That was that pure shit.
So the
nigga.
seeds were
You
popping.
know what I'm saying? That should have been dipped, nigga. That shit was burning perfectly, dog.
Hey, I
you
miss-
know what I mean?
I miss smoking mid. I miss.
Bro, we could smoke a whole joint and still function. You know what I mean? And you felt like you was, now you hit the motherfucker 5 times and you slump, you
Yeah.
feel weak as.
I stopped smoking blunts because I was smoking in the garage by myself. Them shits were lasting me 4 or 5 days. And I had to look in the mirror and say, "Nigga, you too old to
This
do
is a
this."
fucking
Nigga, right.
blunt.
Eat your
Right.
little edible.
Roll you a little
instead.
baby joint, man. Hit that motherfucker.
The
you know what I'm
audacity
saying?
to be able, like, to hit a blunt in your home and be like, I'm gonna get away with this. That's when you live in a home
camera.
with wings.
Right, bro.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm in
Sections,
the,
you know what I mean?
wing of this.
I'm in the 4th quadrant of the, you know what I mean,
home.
nigga?
I could not get away with smoking a
Bro.
blunt in my.
Dude, the house I lived in high school, you can see the front door from the back door, nigga. You can see the backyard from the front door, nigga. Like, if you look
Yeah.
closely enough, this nigga, bro.
You're not getting away with it.
You can smell weed if I took one puff on the other side of that motherfucking house, dog. Ain't no motherfucking way, dog. But good for him, he's
Good
living
for him
nicely.
indeed.
I just missed the days of scrappy $17 together, get a big old bag of mid, like a whole ounce, like, ooh, we about to roll 50 blunts, and the fucking headache that would ensue after you smoked
Bro,
a
we
couple.
would pay $5 for, you know what I'm saying? A nickel was actually $5, bro.
Yeah.
A nickel was actually $5.
Not knowing
We
any
paid it,
different.
Get that 5 and, you know what I'm saying, get halfway high, be cool, bro.
Taking all the seeds out. I miss those times.
Can't buy shit for 5 anyway.
All right, that was a great conversation, guys. Now let's go change clothes really quick.
Very quickly.
Come back to this couch and do a good interview.
We got a special guest today, the one, the only, Devin Williams. How you doing?
I'm good.
Devin in the lab.
Thank you for joining us.
You
Good.
killing shit, man. You killing shit.
I'm trying at least.
Running the numbers.
Right,
son.
right.
We seen the metrics. We
Right,
posted
right,
the screen
right,
grab. I think it was
right. Get
December.
him.
And you hit him with like the 60 piece. I was like, shit, bro, that's
I
elite.
worked a long time for that.
All right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because we go back. I know you was doing all that shit even back then, but
Yeah,
I know the Twitter's finally catching up with the IG, so it's good to see.
I know, right? You know, it's funny because I started on YouTube like 10 years ago. You know, kind of growing organically or whatever,
For sure.
and doing a whole basketball thing. And this is the way it took off. Like, my following took off. Bro, it's so funny to me.
Like-
Trying to be all inspirational, motivational. Nah, just
Just joke.
be an a-hole. The whole
Clown these niggas, you feel me?
My shit the same thing. It's like put some memes up. Now all of a
Yeah, there you
sudden,
go.
then I went to the
Everybody
dark
follow.
side, and I came back to the light. Though I had to start seeing these niggas in the streets. So can't see them in real life. Like, ooh. Sorry about that, Jalen Ramsey.
I do the same thing, actually.
Yeah, I already know.
Real?
We gonna get into
You
it.
deleted a few
I know,
tweets
we
yet?
getting-
You
we
know what
getting-
I'm saying?
no, everything's staying up there.
Okay.
I'm a coward. I've deleted a lot of tweets.
You
So.
start to see how sensitive dudes are that you would least expect.
Oh
And just the looks, but then it's like the third hangout guy in their crew, never first or second. They're generally
There's a
prioritized.
player I know that has a burner account that comments on the team's page saying to trade his teammates, and all the teammates know about this, and they think it's hilarious. And so, like, I mean, guys are reading
Current
everything.
NBA players,
I'm not getting
That's
into this.
spicy.
I'm not, we're not
off
going
camera,
down.
we'll talk about
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
We'll talk
yeah.
about
y'all
this.
don't get to hear about this shit.
But let's go to the beginning. You know what I'm saying? When did you fall in love with the game? When did you start hooping?
I mean, my dad sat me in front of all the, I watched every Laker game growing up. People think I'm lying when I say that, but I actually did.
You saw the Kobe 81 game?
I watched all of
Because
it.
everybody missed
So
that.
I saw the 63 one. We should have had more.
Yeah,
Facts,
against Dallas,
facts,
right?
facts.
Yeah.
So basically, my dad was a huge Laker fan. He played he was a Major League Baseball player. A lot of people don't know that. It's Chicago White Sox, and so he didn't actually like watching basketball. I mean, watching baseball. He liked watching basketball. He wanted to be a basketball player.
Yeah.
Went to Morningside.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So long story short, I'm a baby sitting in front of just watching all the Showtime Lakers and watching Nick Van, Eddie Jones. I remember all those squads. So like he would make sure that I was just watching basketball all the time, and I kind of fell into it. I didn't start playing at 8 years old. I was playing the piano, taking piano lessons. I saw all the kids playing outside. I said, I'm done with this.
At 8,
And also I started playing basketball. The rest is history. I wish I would have started a little younger, but it is what it is.
So how'd you get into the training space? So you've been on YouTube doing this for a minute, well before the FBI agent.
So you gotta remember what I was telling you. So like I came up in the N1 phase, so I didn't really think like I got a quick story. Alan Crabb. So our thing was playing at Price. Let's get in here and play. When I was a senior, Alan was in 8th grade. And so he would come in, he had a nutritionist, he had a trainer.
8th grade?
Yeah, he had all that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
And so like he would come in and just shoot on the other side. And we trying to go forward. Get your ass out the
Right.
court. Like,
Right.
but my thing was like, yo, come work out with us. You're gonna get better with us. But he was just putting up shots. And lo and behold, that's why he went to the league, because he was doing all that stuff. So like I didn't think about training like how a lot of people think about it nowadays, which is so random that I'm a basketball trainer. So what we really got, obviously the whole Kobe era, but I didn't try to be a basketball trainer.
Mm-hmm.
It happened because these two Chinese kids, when I was living in the Bay, I was like, we would go to open gyms and they saw me, I handle. So they were like, yo, you want to train me? I'm like, what? Like, for what? Like, it was like,
Play ball, my nigga.
I'm trying, That's
Run
how-
ones.
That's
What the
how
fuck?
ignorant I was.
Right, right,
So
right.
it was like, can you train? I'm just trying to go to college, whoop-de-whoop. And they just like two short Chinese kids. So I started training them, whatever. one kid that asked me, he was like, "Can I bring my brother?" I was like, "Man, I actually like it." Like they were coming and getting better shooting, like 10 out of 10,
Wow.
24 out of 25 from 3, and they wasn't able to really shoot like that. So I'm like, man, what we're actually doing is working. Mind you, I had no clue what I was doing. Like I was just telling, "Oh yeah, go do this or do this crossover." We're spamming moves, and you don't even do that much in the game. Like it's mostly jumpers. If you look at basketball, it's layups, free throws, 3-pointers, whoop-de-whoop, right?
Yeah.
So had I not trained those 2 Chinese kids, that actually like led to me going to China because the people who work for Adidas saw the documentary that were in China. So they invited me out to come be like a basketball trainer, and run a tour in China. I still didn't know what I was doing. I was just like making up drills out the top of my dome. I was watching Phil Handy. I would go,
Wow.
I always tell people Phil Handy raised me, but he didn't know it. So I would go like to games and watch him before games to see how you would operate with certain players. You know, see the drills you do. Oh, let me take that. I'm gonna use that.
Wow.
I'll go back to the gym. I'll be going. I have free BART. If anybody knows a BART is, like the Trent Bay Area Rapid Transportation.
Yeah.
I have free because like this is another random thing. So the kid that asked me to train him, his dad was a BART engineer. So he gave me a BART card. I was traveling BART for free for a year. And that's like
No shit.
back and forth. That's like $10, $20.
Yeah.
And I was working out 5 times a week. So that was money, you know. And when I broke college, I had just got out of college. So anyways, ran the whole tour in China. I came out, they gave me like $50,000 in cash. Like I walked across back on the plane with cash.
Did you have to check
I didn't
that?
know,
Like, what
bro.
did they?
You had to declare when you come in.
declare your
I ain't declaring shit.
It's fast, bro. You sneaking in there.
Yeah, I just didn't know. And people were like,
Tax-free.
when I tell people, like, they were like, that's crazy because like you could have really got like caught up for that.
For sure,
It was in
bro.
my backpack.
Okay.
It was in my backpack. I walked clean, nothing. And so, you know, I blew it.
Yeah.
As soon as I got back. But that turned into me like,
It was an experience.
bro. I didn't know what I was doing, man. Like people
Why
don't
you
know
spending
that.
it all? I'm interested. Where that 50K went?
Partying.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
And so, long story short, you know, even longer story short, that turned to me like me getting Adidas plug turned into like them kind of helping me out, supporting me, sponsoring me or whatever. Anything that I needed, they were sending me kicks. So that kind of like, oh, you on with Adidas. So everybody wanted to come train
Sure.
and this and that. So like that's when I started like really developing a love. So I started watching film.
Yeah.
Once I started watching film, I started seeing what's happening mostly in the basketball game and what actually to work on. Fast forward, I met Pooh, and it validated that because he became a pro for the same reasons that the same stuff I was watching on film. So I just kept on with it, and here we are today. You know, long story short. So
let's talk about the prime FBI suspects, like snitch suspects. Who are the top 3 travelers in the NBA, you would say?
Travelers, I think Giannis is up there.
Oh.
I think his steps are so long that sometimes people get confused that he's actually traveling when he's not.
Yeah.
Because he's a Greek freak.
Right.
You know, we haven't seen anything like that. So when you're seeing the guy go from the 3-point line and his last dribble was at the 3-point line and he's laying the ball up at the end, people are like, no, that's not possible. It's like when I was watching Semi-Pro and they threw the lob and it was just like, no, foul. The ref was like, foul. No, 2 fouls. Because he had never seen it before, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's Morant who carries a lot, and I hate to, you know, I'm always on his head, but I have a huge respect for Morant.
Yeah.
I really like it. Unfortunately, you know, the whole situation where he's going through. But like,
I was gonna say, yeah, be careful.
Talking about basketball, though.
Yeah.
Basketball.
On the
basketball
right
side,
now.
yeah,
I
on
was
the
just saying.
basketball side, man, I just have a huge respect for him. He's another freak of nature.
Yes.
Harden kind of added to a LA guy, you know, with the whole step back and everything. Some of them actually were not, but a lot of them were like, oh, okay, well, you know, we got to call that.
What do you think about the double step back? What do you think about that? The gather step
Well,
and then the step after
technically it's legal. What a lot of people don't understand is this. Gather step has been around since basketball was created.
that. Yeah.
It's just like a lot of people are just hearing it for the first time now.
It wasn't called that. It was just
Yeah.
a thing we did. Yeah.
So I went on a whole little thing where I would go to parks and I would just film people and they didn't know that they were doing what they thought was travel. So I'd be like, yeah, tell me what a travel is. Okay, now watch this. Did you travel? By your definition, you travel, right? And people were like so confused, but it was just, they were just taking the gather. But anything in slow motion looks better or worse. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why, like, you know, you see on Instagram, everybody posting like, or especially when Giannis dunks, they're like travel. but it's just like it's in slow motion, so you're seeing that. But live, you had never even thought some of this stuff, you know. So,
but it's wild to me. Like high school, college, they calling a lot of that shit. So these dudes have to learn how to do that. It's not something you can really practice in high school. Like I coached in high school this year. Like that, they. Like on simple shit.
Anything if you
like
try
NBA
to shit, get them out of there, bro.
These are lower level refs, right? They're only getting paid $50 a game. They're not capable of seeing that shit.
Yeah,
but once you get to the league, and like you said, you can break it down in slow mo. A lot of times by NBA definitions of the rule, it's like nah. But you know, when we were watching back in the day, like this nigga just traveled.
This is important to know though. So like, any league above college, a gather step is legal. But college on down is not. You're not supposed to, but they do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you watch high school, like they'll do like you ever seen one where John Wall goes to the basket and he puts around his back, takes two, and it goes up and dunk, like stuff like that. Or Kyrie, he'll swing over the top of your head. That's like technically in college and all stuff. You see it all the time, but it's technically a travel. Like you're supposed to literally take those 1-2 steps. But you know that's why basketball is such in a weird state because people don't know that. And they enforce it differently with the refs, you know? And so, you know, a lot of people are like reffing to college standard or pro standards when they should be just knowing the rules at the college level. So basketball is in a weird state. And it's what started off as a joke just made me like educate myself a little bit more about things. Yeah. Kind of leading to the FBI and all that stuff.
You mentioned comments and you got Kevin Durant commenting on your stuff. Are there players that have ever gotten upset with you?
LaMelo felt some type of way about it. It wasn't like a direct way. It wasn't a direct because I made a video on him. Well, I didn't. Splint did. So like they're two different people. You never seen us in the same room. But, when LaMelo had that video out, he would like certain comments that were like, "Who is this guy? What is he doing?" Lo and behold, I'm trolling the whole time.
Yeah, right.
So like, but I saw some of the stuff that he was liking and you know saying, "Oh, this is corny" and stuff. I was like, "Yeah, he felt some type of way about that."
Right.
Interesting.
Which is funny because I had another video that went viral like 5 years ago. I'm like, "Yo, this dude is league, this and that, whoopty whoop," and you couldn't get him to comment or like support his dad did, but it was just like, but the negativity, we jumped to negativity so quick instead of just focus on the positive.
You got the LeVar cosign though.
I got the LeVar cosign.
5 years ago though, you know, that stock is
popping.
You know, he got got by the other dude, unfortunately, Big Baller Brand. I had a few shirts. I'm sad. I was just disappointed because we all get finesse.
120 a shirt.
I was paying like 60. And they fucked up the order one time, made a video, so they sent me another shirt for free. Completely unexpected, but LeVar, an honest man, reasonable man.
When I met him, I was so surprised.
Cool as shit.
All the stuff that you see is completely different. Yeah, I just had like a super normal conversation. I'm like sitting there like almost taking notes. Like he's like teaching me like when so I have a son now, like this is probably how I'm gonna do things. It's like really cool.
When they got
playing a wrestler, you know what I'm saying? Like
he's a promoter, man.
Pretending to be playing a role.
When they had Big Baller Brand, someone had Small Baller Brand and was selling shirts on there too. I bought that website. It was mine. I didn't sell very much because I was scared they were going to sue me.
And they should have.
Things were not going well.
You were scared they're going to do what they're supposed to do.
I did buy a Medium Baller Brand shirt one time when I was in my Medium Baller phase.
I'll find it. I have a single Small Baller Brand shirt.
That's hilarious.
But
so you've seen just the growth of the FBI, federal basketball investigators for all those. I mean, for me, I'm a big social media guy, right? So I love formats. Like my thing I try to tell people is if you can find that one format, whatever it is,
roll with it.
And it's like that move in the game, right? If my post game, I go up and under every time. I'm gonna go to that watering hole every time. You got to be a little strategic and smart about it because I was doing some shit and I was going a little too much and wasn't putting my best foot forward. But just in the past few months to see the way you leveled out things, like again, like December, you posted the metrics, and I'm always just seeing what's going on social, and I'm refreshing the account, see how the numbers are going up. But just to see the way that people have responded to it and how much love that they're getting, man, what does that mean to you?
Nothing. So
best answer in the show history.
So like one thing I learned, so I started off doing all inspirational, motivational videos, basketball documentaries. And it did well, I will say that. But the second that I start snitching, that's when I got the biggest following.
Yeah.
It's the stupidest thing ever. But what I learned is like people love to laugh and people love to hate.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. That's what social media is. So I just take advantage of it. And so like in terms of what I mean by nothing, it's just like I've been viral so many different types of ways. that I kind of learned like a little format. And so like I kind of took a break from the FBI just, because I was doing some other things, but I just know how to generate those type of clicks because I've been on social media for so long. And just to think like it is cool making some people's days. Like when they see this stuff and, but at the end of the day, you got to remember I'm trolling.
Yeah.
You got to remember that. Like it started because people were like leaving the comments on my page because I was, crossing people up. And the second that you put your hand slightly underneath the ball, carry, travel, this and that, woo. And what's funny is a lot of jokes that I was saying in those videos, I was just copy and pasting them from the comments that people were saying about me.
Crowdsourcing.
It's full circle, right?
Yeah.
And so, here's a kicker though. So like after I'm doing all this FBI stuff and just kind of joking around with it, I'm starting to watch film. I'm like, dang, these fools are really carrying. Like, this is kind of crazy. Like, so, then it kind of turned to me making more videos. And it's funny because Kevin Durant, he was completely fine with a lot of other guys. Like, I get a lot of NBA guys just DM me like, yo, I love your videos. Keep making the whoopty whoop.
Oh, that's great.
So that part is cool, but,
Katie hit you with the statute of limitations. Like,
I thought that was dope.
No,
man. Like,
that shit was hilarious.
Like a boss comment too. Like, okay, good
That's
job.
great.
That's the one thing I do love about KD on social media. He's watching.
Yeah.
A lot of these dudes watch, like you said, they'll sneak this, they'll like the other shit. They won't really. But KD, if he sees your shit and he gets his attention, he will let you know how he feels.
I like KD because, it takes a troll to know one. As I'm talking to him, like he just comments and just says the most random stuff. Like, yeah, I'll be locking that stuff up, and you can't stop me. I'm like, of course I can't, but like I'm gonna talk some shit back. I don't care. But we DM and we kind of he would just ask me about like we was talking about top 5. Because I put it on Twitter, and he took a screenshot and sent it to me, and he pretty much said, like, too much basketball to be spewing this type of rhetoric. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, and so he actually started questioning me, like, why would you have Luka and some of these guys over ahead of me, right? And I was like, yeah, because of your injury. I don't know how good you're going to be right now. He's like, okay, that makes sense. So when we're actually having a conversation, I'm like, oh, this dude just likes talking basketball. Yeah. And people don't realize this. I'll put out a tweet and like Jamal Crawford, who is one of my favorite players, like he'll comment on it. And so you don't realize how different that is because that wasn't even possible like 20 years ago.
Yeah,
the fact that these players you could type something and they can read it. So the fact that KD is responding, and that's special. People don't realize how special. Like, this dude was a multi-million-dollar man. He don't have to like really talk like this, like, but he is. He's commenting, whether you think that he's trolling or he's being sensitive, he's still talking to people. And I think that's like the dopest thing. He just loves basketball.
I think when you look at social media, what a lot of people can't grasp, whether you have $0 or $1 billion, motherfuckers be bored as fuck sometimes and want entertainment and amusement. So wherever they can get that from, they'll get it. And it's never a thing like, oh, well, I'm KD, I got a max deal, I can't talk to you. Nah, he fucking like, yo, you say some shit that gets my attention, dog, I'm gonna let you know about it.
Right. And don't get it twisted, like these dudes love going viral. So even if the whole FBI thing is still getting them attention. And here's my thing too. So like whether I'm talking, people think like, oh, the NBA is gonna have such a problem. And they might, but at the same time, I'm making these videos and it's making you watch basketball because now you're looking, whether you're looking for a bucket, you're looking for a carry, you're watching it. And so like my thing is I'm a basketball promoter at the end of the day. Like I just promote the sport, whether good or, the stuff that I'm doing now. But I'm forcing you to watch it. And that's the part I love about basketball.
Well, shit, you've been on Inside the NBA, so you already got by extension. To me. Well, I'm saying, but the NBA cosign. Like, I think Adam Silver, you're a smart guy. Let us cook, dog. Let us keep cooking. We're promoting the league for you. We might drop a Scott Foster joke here or there. But let us keep doing our thing because
it's let me ref the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd have been crazy. That's a hell of a look too.
Yeah, we could have gotten that petition going.
And but see, shit like that would take it to a whole nother level.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like I'll just watch now to watch you throw a mic on you, let you go hard, like they be doing with RJ. You can get a quarter. Go ahead and get it.
But the thing is, like, see, I'm kind of interested in how they actually think about it because I know they're seeing it because the videos are doing so well. It's easy to see stuff on Twitter, right? And so, like, I'm looking at, dang, like they're kind of tweeting emotionally on this NBA referee page. Like, it's kind of weird. Have y'all seen some of the tweets? It's like, oh, okay, so it's on. So this is people are seeing this stuff because if NBA players are seeing it, refs are seeing it. I ran into a ref. Can't really say his name because he told me a lot of different things, but he was just like, I actually love your videos.
Wow.
You know, I would love to call it a certain type of way, call the basketball game a certain type of way, but whoop-de-whoop, I can't. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, that's like really interesting to hear. So
To quote one of the greatest basketball players of our era, look at you, emotional. You can't be emotional about this shit. The game is the game.
it is. And at the end of the day, whether social media or playing, it's just, I think it's just fun. It's just entertainment.
Yeah.
Right?
So tell us about like in the lab, you know, the FBI series. Like, what's next for you with that?
Okay, cool. So, all right, take you back. Before I started doing any of this stuff, I was in college and I was learning how to edit, and I was watching, I think maybe it was The Office, or no, Reno 911. And so I decided to make, for a school project, I just decided to make a series called Plea, which is the Petty Law Enforcement Agency. So if you were jaywalking, we just come fuck you up. Like,
Yeah.
like we made a whole series about that. Like, you know, there's a country, I always look up like random stuff or random lawsuits or random rules that are just funny. So like in certain countries, like if you dig in your nose and flick it on the ground or you spit on the ground, like you go to jail.
What?
So like I made the Petty Law Enforcement Agency, and so the character that you see in the FBI, I was doing it like 12 years ago.
Wow.
But it was just a school project.
Okay. Yeah.
Before all this basketball stuff, even before I was a trainer.
Right.
And so like I just took that and just kind of did it over again and called the FBI and just attached the NBA to it, and you know, you get what you get now. So now what I'm doing, I've created kind of like I have like a pilot. I have a whole Bible deck type situation. I'm planning on making a series, like, you know, just about the FBI, just going like, oh, we might go investigate the whole Sacramento versus Lakers thing, like, you know, happened years ago. We might investigate,
great.
you know, Toronto, and we have all these like super funny ideas, but I want to get like a Kevin Hart in, like to be like an FBI agent, or Will Ferrell where he can investigate, you know, something that happened at the Staples Center. I have like big plans for it, but
That's awesome.
it's just, you need to have that producer title, like somebody big that people trust. I'm like, oh, okay, then you got the money, you know.
Hey,
Hold on.
fuck that. You just need to keep grinding, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm with it.
because that's the thing, man. I know you very committed, dedicated. Like I've worked on that side. You're gonna get a lot of no's. A lot of people are gonna be funny style,
Right.
act a certain way.
Right.
Then several years later, if you do level up, it's like, oh man, I love your shit and whatever. It's like, nigga, like Michael B. Jordan.
Right.
I love
I'm the corny one, right? That was
but-
I love that.
You,
that
wasn't,
was-
you
that
know,
was-
so I just stay on it because I like I said, you got a simple format that's repeatable,
Yeah.
great character.
Yeah.
It just when I break down social from a strategic standpoint, and the shit could go on forever because motherfuckers are not gonna stop carrying or traveling anytime soon. But I think it's funny if those guys are not in on the joke and they enjoy it, because I know you and I know the tone that you're doing this with. It's not as a hater or whatever, like you said, it's a simple troll. But if somebody like KD can get down with it.
Right, I'm telling you, you'd be surprised. Like a lot of NBA players that actually rock with it, just be commenting on it. I remember BD hit me up about it. It was just, he was, you know, BD be thinking so many things at one time.
Yeah.
But when he touched on the FBI, he's like, oh yeah, I love the character. You got to do this and do that, and you know, just hearing how the interaction and then, you know, the feedback with the FBI is like, it's like really cool, because I didn't know how people were perceiving even when I put it out. And to be honest with you, I really didn't care, because one thing I learned about social media, I just go with what I like. I don't try to feed into whatever, because what it ultimately leads into, if you're just trying to make everybody else happy, it leads into like, when your numbers go down, oh, they don't like me, they don't think I'm funny no more, or maybe they don't think I'm beautiful or whatever. I see how how
affects
social
people.
media is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like me, I just put out what I think is funny and what I enjoy, or what I think people can learn from, instead. Because one thing I learned about this, especially in the basketball world, a lot of these people are dealing with depression. This is a whole different topic, but you know, whole social media thing it leads to depression, especially how the numbers, how they make you post, and if you post a certain time, like you're gonna get more views in, and what if you don't get the views? And when you post at a certain time, now people are overthinking, and I'm over all that stuff. I went through that phase, growing a following. I've been viral so many different types of ways. And here's another thing too. About 3 years ago, before COVID, I started the whole, you see the travel, no travel? I kind of started that. So like it was a whole step through it. You know how people either jump off of one leg or two legs. So I posted that and then started going viral. And people are so quick to catch on the trends. And I started seeing ball is life, overtime, travel or no travel, travel or no travel. Because the numbers are doing well.
Yeah.
So like people going to follow up on it. I'm telling you, I did this ball thing just like you. You did it so many different times.
Right.
To the point now, I'm tired of doing it because everybody else is doing it. And when I do it, like, oh, you biting this nigga or that nigga? Like, dude, like I just push it up that I think is enjoyable.
Yeah.
When I'm at the crib watching some shit, this was the shit that was on my mind. Ooh, I want to offend somebody today. Usually sports leagues, non-basketball.
I don't want to live in this false reality, this social media false reality anymore, you know, because what's more important is the personal experience that we're having more or less than, you know, just putting it out to the world and, you know, thinking that you're just some type of king and all this other stuff. It's just like, yo, like, I like the down-to-earth type feel more than the social media. I don't let it fool me anymore because I used to think, oh, I got all these followers. Like, I'm cool.
For sure.
You know, I can go pull any girl, slide in any DMs. Like, nah, man, like, just, you know, if you're really good about all that stuff, you got it in you. You don't need to be validated on social media, whoop-de-woo, so.
That's what I love about this game, too. Like John, me and you, before I knew, like, I rock with this dude way before I knew him just because I like the way he moved on social. Then he comes to LA, we sit down and talk, but just, there's a lot of just normal people. Regular people like yourself. I remember we chopped over at Pooh's thing and fucking Torrance, whatever. But just shooting the shit, I had seen you from afar, been a fan. Like, you came to me, we just shot the shit. And that's the thing, like, we're all growing in this game together. So the advice I give people is, like, don't come in, like, I don't look at somebody like, oh, I got more followers. I don't give a fuck about that shit. It's like, are you cool or are you an asshole? Really is my two. Like, do I want to kick it with you? Or, like, there's no amount of followers, whatever, you know what I mean? Because there's always going to be somebody with more, always somebody with less. Like, at the end of the day, do we rock with each other? But if we can all build together and get back, support our families, like, shit, I'm with it. Like,
that's what it's about. Instead of just trying to be popular. There's a lot of popular people that are broke. And aren't setting themselves up for when they retire. You know, different things of that sort, have no actual plan. They're just trying to just wing it. It's like, you got to max out on this money because, like, what happened if Twitter just shut down?
Well,
You'd be screwed. Like, some of these people will be screwed.
Elon's trying.
I mean, I've seen a noticeable shift. I'm not going to correlate it to anything because I want to keep my account in good standing for the last 4 or 5 months. And it's been like, damn, shit is weird now. Like, this thing I used to do that was like a guaranteed hitter, like, oh, we got a For You and a following page now? Like, what the fuck? Why am I seeing my tweets in the, like, this shit? Or, like, just,
You see what I'm talking about?
just like shit is like, but I never thought about it before. But now it's like, oh, well, shit, I got to figure out other shit. I got to become an IG thotty or whatever it may be. Never really fucked with Instagram
Toot
before.
that thing for the
only
Now I got to tune it. I got to tune it for the IG.
Dancing on TikTok.
Hit it with the fucking Jackson
So,
Mahomes.
it was once upon a time, MySpace was really popular.
Yes.
Black Planet.
Bro, I got a whole.
That was a vibe, dog. I fuck with Black Planet, though, G. You
I got
feel
a
me?
box with like 500 DVDs in my garage right now, and I'm just thinking like, I need to throw these shits away, but I can't for the nostalgia. But I'm like, this is the same way my parents felt about their fucking albums. You know, like,
Now they talking
what
about
you
the
doing with these shit?
metaverse
You ever got a record player, Dad? What you doing? But the game changes.
Anyway, appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for
appreciate
tapping
y'all,
in with
man.
us, man.
Absolutely.
Dropping gems and shit. You know what I
This is a
mean?
good
We've
one.
been talking for a long time.
Yeah.
Right. For sure. Appreciate you.
New episodes drop every Tuesday. You can get them on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video. If you want to listen to this, get it on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts.